Hey guys, welcome back to How to Convince with Lawyer Vince. Today, I'm so excited to discuss our topic, which is how to professionally say F you. If you've been following my TikTok or Instagram, you know this is one of my most popular videos. So I decided, why don't we do more of a deep dive and discuss what this really is? Because we all get into those situations where we feel like we want to drop the F bomb. We get emotional, whether it's at work, talking with family, or with friends. There are consequences to our words, and when we say them, we feel the repercussions. So instead of just acting out of emotion, here are some real world scripts that we can dive into and when to use it and why we should use them. And this will let you respond powerfully with confidence, with calmness, with showing emotional control. And I promise you, most of these lines are going to feel even better than saying F you. So follow along. So why do we need to learn this skill? Why do we need to learn how to professionally say F you? Well, you probably have moments in your life where you look back and you've dealt with someone that was disrespectful, manipulative, even passive aggressive, and you may not have known how to deal with that situation. You might have just stayed silent and you didn't want to speak up because you were afraid to say the wrong thing. Or you might have been the person that did speak up and you yelled profanity and you let your emotions take the best of you and you said things that you regretted and you had to face the consequence, right? How many conversations have you had where you were dealing with an issue that made you frustrated and then you said something very hurtful and all of a sudden the conversation diverts to that and you completely forget about what you were really talking about, right? So this video is so you have the tools so you can walk away from those conversations feeling like a winner, feeling like you don't have any consequences you have to deal with. You don't have to feel bad about anything. You don't have to feel like, ah, man, I wish I would have looked back and said something else. These are the tools to make sure that you can communicate powerfully in an effective way. So this is my formula. Every time I'm encountered with disrespect or want to say hurtful things, I approach it with the 3 C's: clarity, calm, close. First, clarity. You want to state your boundary and your position very clearly without over explaining or waffling. You want to use phrases like, I see it differently, or I'm not available for that. Or you can say, this doesn't serve me. You're not arguing, you're not apologizing, and you're just being clear. Second, calm. You're saying it without raising your voice or adding any sarcastic tone or that little bite that's going to give the other person ammo to use against you, right? The way you're saying it is very important. You're saying things like, I'll stick with my original plan, or I'm comfortable with where we landed, right? Thank you for your input. I'm moving forward as planned. You're not inviting an argument. You're not asking for their permission. You're just calmly owning your choice. Third, close. You end it. You don't give them an opportunity to poke at you or bait you into an argument. You just wrap things up. You say things like, wish you the best, or take care, or thanks again. Because after you've said what you need to say, you exit the conversation. You don't need to wait for their validation or relitigate anything. You just need to leave. Now, let's apply this into some real life examples. For example, say your boss dumps some extra work on you last minute. Instead of blowing up, I want you to say this instead. I can prioritize this for tomorrow morning, but today's full. Let me know if you'd like me to pause something else to make room. Translation, I'm not going to kill myself because of your bad planning. Another example is when your friend makes a passive aggressive comment at you, right? Instead of blowing up, I want you to say this instead. I took that as passive aggressive. You're naming it, right? Translation, I'm not going to engage in your negativity, but I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out in a productive way instead of raising my voice or escalating things to make things worse. Or say a family member criticizes your life choices. I want you to, instead of spiraling, you should say, I'm happy with decisions I've made. Or I trust myself to figure it out. Or I appreciate your feedback, but I got this. Translation, your opinion is noted, but irrelevant. Also, another real life example is when people disrespect you online. Instead of arguing back and forth, what I want you to say is nothing at all. You don't need to respond. You don't need to waste your energy or time getting to a back and forth. Or if you feel like you need to say something, just say, wishing you the best. Translation, I'm not going to suit to your level. So here's the mindset shift behind this strategy, right? You don't need to argue everything or always have to be right, right? You don't need to feel like you have to win these conversations because at the end of the day, you end up losing yourself. You lose your own sanity. You lose your cool, your energy, your time so much because you're reacting to everything around you. You're reacting to the outside world. And instead, with this strategy, you're creating a barrier. You're creating a shield that's protecting you because you realize that you are in control. You don't need to be reacting to everything that's coming your way. You can decide how you respond, and the way you're going to respond and what you put out is what you can expect coming back. That's how the world works, right? So if we can create this mental fortitude, this almost emotional fortitude to be able to resist and show restraint in these moments, it's going to buy you so much more positivity and just good conversations, productive conversations that will lead somewhere instead of feeling like you're stuck when you feel like you don't know how to express yourself or feeling like you don't know how to move forward with these relationships that you have. So the next time someone comes at you sideways, remember, you don't need to scream, throw a fit, or rant. All you need to do is deliver a professional FU with a smile, with a calm demeanor, and in total control. If these real life scripts and strategies really resonated with you, hit subscribe. I'm going to be posting weekly YouTube videos every single Tuesday morning on some of my most popular videos that I've gotten from my TikTok and Instagram that really hit home with you guys. So if this video today really resonated with you, please also just comment below. Calm is my power. And again, thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. This is my second ever YouTube video, and we have so much that we're going to be developing for you guys to improve your communication skills. And this is just the beginning.